Welcome, trading card hobbyists and the hobby curious. You've landed here in the lunatic fringe of the trading card hobby, TTM, through the mail autographs. This is for people who'd rather write a nice letter to somebody like Billy Kilmer and try to get his autograph for free than give a drama queen like Aaron Rodgers $650. Take a look at this, would you? If you've got an Aaron Rodgers rookie card and you want the great one to sign it, it's only going to cost you $649.99. You want to go ahead and pay that? Go right ahead, but I ain't paying. I wouldn't even consider paying $649.99. Feed this guy's ego even more. It's ridiculous. Nope. I'll stick to the old TTM. I'll write a nice grease-up letter to an old pro like Billy Kilmer. Send out a card to him with a self-addressed stamp envelope and see if he's nice enough to sign it back. Send it back, which he was. Got this beautiful autograph card from a real legend of the game. Probably costs a total of $2 when you add up the stamps, the paper, the ink, the envelopes. Yep, I'll stick with this rather than giving Aaron Rodgers $649.99. That's what we're going to do here today. We're going to look at some more through the mail returns. We got 3 to go through today. And then when we're done with that, as a bonus, we're going to take a look at some girls' soccer cards. I noticed on eBay in the last few weeks a card for Dennis Rodman's daughter popping up, and it's going for a pretty damn good price. So I thought maybe I better try to get me one of these. It's a hot rookie card. So we're going to take a look at that, see if we get lucky with Dennis Rodman's daughter. That'll be after our TTMs. We got to pay some bills first, though, before we get started. We want to thank the good folks at Bernard for sponsoring our show. You don't need me to tell you how the hard times are coming. Things are getting crazy out there. Prices are going through the roof. Food shortages, water shortages out in the West. I guess the bad days are already here. Just take a look around you. Now, what's your most basic necessity in these hard times? You're going to have water. You got to have something to drink. You don't want to wander around out in the mayhem drinking your own urine. So I strongly recommend you lay in at least a 1-month supply of Bernard, America's #1 choice for dehydrated water. Now, I've tried all the leading brands of the dehydrated water, and let me tell you, Bernard is definitely the best. It's not even close. This stuff tastes so good like it came from the pool of Siloam. A miracle beverage for sure. Bernard, America's #1 choice in dehydrated water. All right. Thank you, Bernard, for supporting the TTM industry. Now let's take a look at what we got in the mail. Our first one is coming from St. Paul, Minnesota. St. Paul, the Apostle Paul, the city of the Apostle Paul. Let's see what we got from old St. Paul. Oh, look at that. There's a nice one. That, my friends, is Mr. Jerry Uger. He pitched with the Tigers back in the day, had a brief little stint a few years. This is his 1981 Topps rookie card. He pitched for the Tigers in the early 80s. Uh, Very nice of him. I sent this out to him. I'm going to try to get all these guys to sign. We'll go for Roger Weaver next, then Dave Steffen. Very nice. Jerry Uger. Probably only known to Tiger fans, but he won a few games. He was a big leaguer. Very nice of him to sign this card. Thank you, Mr. Uger. All right. Next, we've got one coming back to us from Phony X, Arizona. The Phony X. Feels a little thick. I hope there's not a price list in here. Let's see what we got from Phony X, Arizona. There's a note. Let's see. Oh, look at this. This guy, Bill Melton, the old slugger for the White Sox. This guy was one of the premier home run hitters in the early 70s. And then unfortunately he hurt his back and was never quite the same. But like 71, 72, this guy was one of the best home run hitters in the game. Bill Melton. Very nice. It says Bill works for an engineering firm in the off season. So he's pretty smart too. We're very, very glad to get this from Mr. Melton. Now we sent a little note. Usually we send a note and ask some questions. Let's see. I said, what did you think of Tiger Stadium? They always said it was a great hitter's park. Agree. I said, do you still follow the game? Any current players you like? Yes. He didn't say which ones, but that was nice. Well, thank you to Mr. Bill Melton. Great power hitting third baseman from the early 70s. All right. Now this one's very thick. I don't know what the heck is in here. Could be anything. Hope there's no white powder or anything in there. Nashville, Tennessee. Nash Vegas. Let's see what we get from Nash Vegas. It could be anything. Something's all wrapped up. What the heck? Cards inside sleeve. Wow, look, he wrapped them all up. I don't even know who this is. Let me try to get this open without damaging the cards. Cards inside sleeve. Oh, Skeeter Barnes. This is one of Sparky's favorite utility guys. Sparky loved these little bench players. He'd give them a couple days here and there, and they get a little hot streak. Skeeter Barnes, one of Sparky's favorites. Now, he sent me some extras that I didn't send to him. Look at that. He sent me somebody else's cards. That's not my note. I got somebody else's cards. Somebody put on here, Mr. Barnes, can you please sign in this area? I feel bad. I got somebody's Skeeter Barnes upper deck. This is when I sent him. I got this card from a buddy of mine down in Alabama. He sent this up to me knowing I was a Tiger fan. And then Skeeter sent in somebody's upper deck cards. There's probably one chance in a billion this person is watching this show, but if it's you and you want your Skeeter Barnes upper deck cards, just drop me a note here on Twitter, a direct message saying, hey, that's my Skeeter Barnes cards you got. Give me your address and I'll drop them in the mail to you. Now, I also asked Skeeter some questions. He looks like he put my note back. Let's see if he answered anything. Let's see. Do you have any favorite teammates from your days with the Tigers? Travis Fryman. Did you like old Tiger Stadium? Love Tiger Stadium. Oh yeah, 'cause he coaches down in Bowling Green at the I think it's a double-A team down there or a single-A. I'm not sure. I says, you got any good prospects down in Bowling Green I should keep an eye on? Still too early, he says. Well, that's very nice. Skeeter Barnes, what a great guy. He's still in the game. Like I said, he's coaching down there, the Bowling Green minor league team. I'm not sure if I think it's an A team, not a double A team. He signed this card. He sent me somebody else's stadium club. So if you want those cards, like I said, 1 in a million, if you want them, drop me a message, direct message on Twitter. I'll send them out to you. All right, very good. Everybody signed. Nobody asked for money. No additions to the TTM Hall of Shame. Now let's get to these trading cards. Girls soccer. Let me show you what we're looking for today. I saw these on eBay, like I said, getting a very good price. This is Dennis Rodman's daughter. Her name is Trinity Rodman. This is her 2 rookie cards. This one's the big money one. This one's not bad either. Promising prospects insert, I guess. Now, I'm not sure if the insert is in this pack. It might be in a different series or whatever, but for sure we've got a chance at this one. That'd be the main one we want to get. Trinity Rodman. That's Dennis Rodman's daughter. Read a little bit about it on the internet. Apparently Dennis Rodman wasn't the best father, but her mother was a good mom and kept her on the straight and narrow. Now she's apparently all the rage in girls soccer. So let's see if we can get lucky with Dennis Rodman's daughter. You know what? Since we're opening these, it's the first time I ever opened any type of women's or girls cards. You ever notice that in the National Football League and some of the other sports, the players will put on pink cleats or pink gloves for Breast Cancer Awareness Month to kind of let's put some pink gloves on and when we open these cards so we can kind of get in solidarity with the ladies here. So we got our pink gloves on and we'll bust open these soccer cards. See if we can get lucky with Dennis Rodman's daughter, the Worm's daughter. Let's see. Now these are from a company called Parkside. Apparently we got 25 cards in the box. And we want to look for parallels, a signature. We get 2 parallels and 3 inserts and 20 base cards in here. Let's see, can we get Trinity Rodman? Let's cut this thing. Always got to have scissors handy. I don't like to just tear them out with especially with these gloves on. It's hard to kind of rip. But you know what? The sacrifice is worth it. We'll put these pink gloves on. And we'll see if we can handle these cards. We'll do our share for breast cancer. All right. Let's see what we got here. First of all, this is a young lady named, it's hard to read the names on these, Sydney LaRue. That's a nice action shot. I kind of like these cards. Sydney LaRue. We got a little info on the back here. Orlando Pride. It's very small print. It looks like they got her Instagram on there. She's from Canada. And there's a scan for stats. If you guys want to scan that, go ahead. Now, I've only really, besides Trinity Rodman, only heard of one girls soccer player. That's last year in the Allen and Ginter. One of the oddball cards was a girls soccer player named Rose Lavelle. I got one of those cards and I sent that off and she kindly autographed it. She's the only girls soccer player besides Trinity Rodman I'm aware of, so I'm not going to know if any of these other players are any good. But apparently this Rose Lavelle is quite good, and so is Trinity Rodman. But we show off that Rose Lavelle autograph card from last year's Allen and Ginter. All right. So our next card is Saori Takanada. Saori Takanada. A Washington Spirit. What does it say about Saori? Midfielder. She was born in Toyama, Japan. It says, I don't know if you can read that real small print, but it says, in the off season, she likes to spend her free time collecting Hello Kitty stickers. Very nice. All right. Next here we got Kylie Baisden. I wonder if this is some kind of black and white parallel. She's from the Courage. She's an attacker, North Carolina Courage from Yorba Linda. Very nice. Went to Pepperdine. Then we've got here, this was like a Megan Oyster? And it's kind of like a beat up old throwback card. It's kind of nice. Intense, made it look like it's all scuffed up and beat up. Her last name is Oyster, I guess. Vintage. You can see vintage parallel. Megan Oyster. Interesting. Girl named Oyster. All right, here we got a promising prospects card. So apparently these are in the in this series, but this is not Rodman. It's Taylor Otto. She's a promising prospect. She's got the GE sticker on there. Miss Otto was the 11th pick of the college draft. All right, Miss Otto, very nice. And we got another promising prospect. Again, it's not Rodman, unfortunately. It's Amber Marshall. Okay. Now next we've got Jamia Fields from the Houston Dash. Let's see. Altaloma, California. Doesn't say if she's related to Justin Fields. Next, Kristen Westfall. Okay. What's it say about Kristen Westfall? From Brecksville, Ohio. It's nice. Following that up, we've got Mariana Larroquette. This must be John Larroquette's daughter. There's a nice action shot there. Getting ready to kick that old ball. She's from Argentina. Very nice. Now we've got Kaylee Bowen. Alright, Kaylee Bowen from New Zealand. Alright. Says Kaylee Bowen is the youngest player ever to dress for New Zealand. It doesn't say what kind of dress she wore. Alright, here we got Jordan DiBiase. Is that a guy there? Jordan DiBiase. I don't know. No, it's Jordan DiBiase. Stanford. It says over her 92 caps, she scored 31 goals. I guess that is a girl. Jordan DiBiase. All right. Next we have here Christy Mewis from the Houston Dash. From Hanson, Massachusetts. Christy Mewis. All right. Like I said, I don't know who the good players are. Amy Rodriguez. She's pointing to her little logo on her chest there. Looks like she's got one of those fancy watches. Lake Forest, California. All right. Bethany Balser She's from Hudsonville, Michigan. That's not too far from here. She went to Spring Arbor University. That's I think that's like a little Christian school. Spring Arbor, all right. Next we've got Allie Haran. Let's see where Allie's from. She's from Ontario. All right. And we got Havana Salon. That's an interesting card. Havana. That's an interesting name. Let's see what's... Havana was a 4-year starter for Florida. She's from Gainesville, Florida. She's named Havana. All right. Here's one I have heard of, actually. I think she's been in the news for stuff besides soccer. Megan Rapinoe, I believe is how you say the name. See that purple hair? I think she's one of the political types. I'm not sure. But I believe she's a famous girls soccer player. Next, we've got Lynn Williams. Lynn Williams from Fresno. Then we have Ashlyn Harris. Where's she from? Satellite Beach. Ashlyn, she's a goalie. Alright, now this is Julia Ashley. Alright. From Verona, New Jersey. Oh, here's somebody making the peace. I like this card. Oh, there's another Taylor Otto. I like this Taylor Otto. Taylor Otto. She's got a couple of little tattoo there on her wrist. She's got some rings, some nail polish. Taylor Otto. She's got a little flair. Apex, North Carolina. I like that Taylor Otto. Keep an eye on her. And we got Addison Merrick. Looks very serious there. She's from Lee Summit. And we got Vanessa Cara from Burlington, New Jersey. And we have Tyler Lussey. Tyler Lussey. Lutherville, Maryland. Alright. Oh, Sam Staub. Sam Staub. San Diego. And our last card, unfortunately, is not Trinity Rodman. Sydney Miramontes. Well, we struck out with Dennis Rodman's daughter. That's unfortunate. But those cards are kind of nice. Maybe they're pretty cheap, too. It was only $9.99 for a box. Maybe we'll get another one and try again to get lucky with Dennis Rodman's daughter. All right. That's it for today's show. We hope you enjoyed that. Remember, we want to thank Bernard for sponsoring the show, America's #1 choice for dehydrated water. Stock up. It's getting crazy out there. We will see you next time.